morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the Morning Debrief. It's Wednesday, July the 21st. Quite a nice night last night. The equity markets were originally off, particularly in Europe and the States, and then managed to recover on the back of some pretty good results from Apple. Apple's profits surged by 78%. So that in itself is certainly a very positive thing, which I think helped actually help the market to find a bit of a base and actually rally off it. Let's have a quick look at how the rest of the market's closed. There we are, the Dow, as we said, up 75 points, 10,229. The S&P was up 12.23. But looking over to America, over to the Europe, a little bit of a change there. The Stoke was down only small 7 points, FTSE down 8, CAC down 18, and the DAC down 41. So all a little bit negative there on that front. On the local market, closed on SICOM, up 41 points at 4,423. So that in itself was a pretty positive result for the local market. Okay, let's now just have a look at some of the usual things we look at. Let's start with the dollar index, because I think that's one of the big movers and shakers. Just have a look at that hourly chart there to start with. But as you can see, the dollar index had a little bit of a bounce there, but still under quite a bit of pressure. We feel that, I mentioned last time, that a bounce off this level here, 82.46, is pretty key for the US dollar. And if anything there, I guess as managed stays above that level, you'll probably see they find a little bit of a bounce here. Certainly those momentum indicators are certainly saying the same. When you look at the daily charts, you can start to see that there is just that little bit of, there we go, back to the daily now. You can see there is that little bit of a low there, and if anything there, probably see it actually bounce around a little bit more to the top side. That's the hourly chart there, and as you can see, quite a big spike through that 83.20. Came back, but still looks like it's consolidating, and expect US dollars to remain relatively well bid. We saw that when we looked at the euro, a high through that 130 early Europe, came back into a low and a break through that area on the downside, 128.50. Should basically see things, should basically see the US dollar continue to strengthen. Aussie battler actually had a very strong night there, 88.36, purely on the back of RBA announcements yesterday, or comments from Glenn Stevens, and that certainly kept the market. 88.50 is certainly a big key for it, and be careful of that movement through that level. Break through to 88.50.60 is a little bit of a concern for us. We do have a short or a long US dollar position. It appears it seems to be happening with the euro and the pound and the dollar, but not against the Aussie. The Aussie seems to be trading by itself at the moment. But as I said, the 88.50 is pretty key for us as to what occurs there. Righty-ho, now let's move on to some of the commodities. And I guess let's have a quick look at oil. We've got some big data in the States tonight. 77.70 is where it is. Our expectations have been for it to trade to the top end of the range. It's US 80. That seems to be following online with expectations, so quite comfortable about that. But the volatility is still certainly with us. On the copper, copper had a reasonable bounce last night, which was quite good, 301, and this should update but up around that level. That does indicate perhaps there is a little bit of a low there for it. So, so if anything there, that's quite encouraging. A lot of us feel that with China slowing down, perhaps we're still in this consolidation pattern. But when you look at this chart, it does look like a nice little pennant starting to develop, and a break to the top side eventually. I could see it up to that 320, if not higher. Now that's all consolidation. We have suggested that consolidation is the key for base metals for the time being, so just be cautious about that little move last night. Okay, let's have a quick look at the local SPY. SPY 44.21, and as we noticed where it opened on SICOM a little bit higher. I think it does actually confirm that we are in a range, and I think the way the market is behaving, look, there's a good chance that we have hit the low. A break on the top side to 4,460, in my mind, sets the tone for a move to 4,600. So a little bit optimistic about where we see the market going at the moment. Certainly getting that lead out of the US. Okay, just a couple of things of note. Let's just have a look at a few of the positions that we have got on. We know we're short Aussie, but we will reduce positions on a daily close above 88.50. We were long gold. We reduced half our position on gold yesterday when we broke through that critical support level. Really have to see how that unfolds now because that is quite important. Having a look at sugar. Sugar's pretty steady at the top end. Just have a quick look at the chart there. I'm not too fussed about with sugar at the moment. It does look like it feels as if it's consolidating here. I am concerned a little bit about a bit of divergence starting to develop, but at the moment, let's see what happens on there. I think a break below that 17 cents would be a bit of a worry for me. Having a look at wheat and corn, obviously consolidation is the key there, back onto support for wheat. Corn in itself, just coming back, obviously back onto support as well. Let's see how that unfolds. Soybeans, just marking ground here. I do like this formation here. Can spend another couple of days doing that and still look for it to trade to the top end of the range. Just having a quick look at the economic calendar now. And today we've got Westpac leading index coming out, and the most important things, Bank of England minutes will be important, but MBA mortgage applications in the States will be very important. Bernanke speaks, gives a monetary policy report to the Senate Banking Committee as well, and we've got all the energy data. And remember, as it seemed, the EIA basically said that China now is the world's top consumer of energy. So let's see how that unfolds. But at the moment, with the energy report today, we expect continual draw in inventories, oil inventories, but builds in products. But that's about it from myself on that. Hope everyone has a good day. It has been tough trading, there's no doubt about it, but I think we are starting to see some good trends develop. So stick with it. Let's keep an eye on the tweets, the Facebook, and obviously these reports, and hopefully we can get some clues as to how we can see the markets trend. Anyway, that's about it from me. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.